This right here is the SA30Ti, and today we're going to talk about it. Let's get the specs out of the way on this can. This can comes with two mounting options. You can buy it direct thread or with the QD like I have here. What's cool with the Sylvan can is if you buy the 30 cal, you get two muzzle devices included with the can. You get a 30 cal and you get a 5.56. If you just order the 5.56 or the 9mm, you just get those muzzle devices. Now the direct thread comes in at 8.1 inches, while the QD comes in at 8.2. It has a grade 9 titanium tube, 17.4 stainless steel blast chamber and blast baffle, and grade 5 titanium baffle stacks. The muzzle device is also 17.4 stainless steel. The weight of this can comes in at 13.75 ounces without the muzzle device. Now before we go any further, I do want to give some shout outs. Shout out to Sylvan Arms for sending me this can. They did not pay me, but they did send it to me. Thank you guys. Thank you to PSA for sending me the 125308 that I used in this video. Thank you to Burn Proof for being a sponsor of the channel. Use code RICE to save you some money. And thank you to Die Freeco, True North Concepts, and American Triggers for just being friends of the channel and sending me some cool stuff to play around with. Now, like I said, I did use the 125308 with this can. That is actually the minimum barrel length that they have on their website for 308, and then 10.5 for 5.56. I used my 11.5 though. Honestly, I was pretty surprised at how long this can is. Using it on that 308, the weight really wasn't that noticeable. The gun is already somewhat heavy for what it is, and throwing this on the end really didn't add a ton of weight. With the 308, I was shooting 147 grain X-Tac PMCs, and through my 11.5, we were just shooting your regular 55 grain range ammo. With the 308 though, I did notice when you are off of the gun and somebody else is shooting it, it's pretty hearing safe for the most part. I mean, still is kind of loud, but nothing significant that you needed hearing protection. When you are on the gun though, it is a little snappy, not ear-ringing snappy, but it is pretty noticeable. I did shoot it without ears a couple of rounds with the 308, and honestly, if you were going to take this hunting or something that you didn't want to have to wear ears, it's pretty hearing safe in my opinion. You're not going to be deaf, you're not going to have that robot sounding voice coming through your ears. It was easy to shoot this and not have basically blood coming out of your ears. Now, like I was saying before, this is the QD mount, and you do get two muzzle devices coming with this can if you buy the 30 cal. That's something that I really haven't seen a whole lot of companies do. I can really only think of maybe a handful that actually send you a muzzle device with the can. Now, this being QD, it is not hub. It is a proprietary mount and muzzle device, so keep that in mind. But the muzzle device I did shoot with and without the can, and then the muzzle device is actually pretty nice. To me, it's kind of like a mix between a flash hider and a comp. Now, if you were looking to pick one of these up, this can does come in under $1,000, and with the tax stamp supposedly going away in January 1st, that could save you a little bit of money in finding you a can. To me, I would say this can is a good dedicated hunting can, especially for like a bolt action 308 or something like that. But even on a gas gun, especially with an adjustable gas block like I have the rifle speed on that 12.5, it comes in really handy. Now, I did test this with the 308 and 5.56 at 25, 50, and 100 with my camera audio with just a shotgun mic, so you can try and hear some of the sound signature that is coming really from downrange. Unfortunately, I did not shoot this with my 300 Blackout because I don't have 300 Blackout ammo right now. But if it was hearing safe with a 147 grain 308, Honestly, I would think this does pretty well with a 300 blackout, especially a subsonic. Now, to be completely honest, there's nothing super special about this can. It's not flow through, it's not 3D printed, it doesn't have helical baffles. It is your traditional baffle can. But again, like I said, I think this can does very well as just a can to have for the range, home defense, especially hunting. I think this can could do very well. It does have a ratcheting system that is what QDs onto the muzzle device. And again, after shooting a bunch of rounds through this, I didn't have any problem taking it on and off, just having to wait for it to cool down a little bit. Or if you are impatient like me, you can use, something that's Kevlar or an oven mitt. Hopefully you got some insight on this can. If you want to go pick one up, go to Sylvan Arms and check them out for yourself. They do have a variety of cans on there, again ranging from your 30 cal 5.56 to your 9mm. I do appreciate Sylvan Arms for sending me this can to test out and play with. Check out the Instagram, see some reels, follow me, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video.